My sister admitted she caused my miscarriage, and she did it in front of everyone. I hadn't spoken to my sister in almost 3 years when I agreed to meet her in a family therapy office. Her name is Brielle. She's 4 years older than me and has always spoken like she was the authority. Growing up, she answered questions meant for me. She corrected my words. She grew up to be one of those nutty astrology girls who blamed their mistakes on the stars. When I married Evan and moved across town, Brielle told the family I thought I was better than them. When I got pregnant, she told everyone I was irresponsible. Then I miscarried at 12 weeks. The doctor said it was sudden. I blamed myself. Brielle came over and sat in my kitchen, holding a mug like she was enjoying the moment. She said it was karma. Karma for leaving the family. Karma for marrying Evan. Karma for not listening to her. That was the last time I spoke to her. Months later, my mom asked me to try therapy. She said it could bring closure. The therapist, Dr. Nolan, said a joint session might help us move forward. Evan offered to come, but said he'd wait in the lobby. I agreed because I wanted Brielle to look at me and say she was sorry. The morning of the appointment, my stomach hurt the same way it had the day I lost the baby, but I went anyway. Walking into that office felt like stepping into something I couldn't walk away from. If I broke down, my family would say I was fragile. If I stayed quiet, Brielle would take control again. Either way, I knew I was walking into a fight I'd never been allowed to finish. The session started calm, too calm. Dr. Nolan folded her hands. Let's talk about resentment, she said gently. Brielle leaned back on the couch like she owned it. She smiled. I've always worried about her, she said. She's very anxious. It makes things hard. My hands went cold. How so? Dr. Nolan asked. Brielle glanced at me. Stress isn't good for pregnancy, she said. Everyone knows that. I swallowed. What are you implying? She shrugged. You never followed directions. You mixed up your pills all the time. Pregnancy takes discipline. That word lodged in my throat. Let's slow down, Dr. Nolan said carefully. Brielle laughed. I'm just being honest. Honesty matters in healing spaces. Sometimes the truth hurts. My heart started racing. Images flashed through my head. The dizzy spells. The blood pressure spikes. The doctor changing my dosage twice and not knowing why my levels were wrong. I looked straight at Brielle. Did you ever touch my medication? She tilted her head and smiled. You're being paranoid. I turned to Dr. Nolan. Is this session recorded? Yes, she said. Standard procedure. This one is also being observed by medical ethics reviewers. Teaching program. The feed is private. Brielle waved her hand. Good. Let them learn. I took a breath. Why did you hate my pregnancy so much? Her smile faded. Something else replaced it. Pride. I knew you weren't ready to be a mother, she said. I could tell. What does that mean? Dr. Nolan asked sharply. It means, Brielle said, leaning forward, that I did what needed to be done. The room went silent. Explain, Dr. Nolan said. I swapped her prenatal vitamins, Brielle said calmly. Same bottle, different strength, nothing dangerous. My ears rang. You replaced them with what? Something weaker, she said. I would never poison a baby. I just took precautions. What kind of precautions? I asked. She smiled. Stress, pressure, little comments that made you cry, surprise visits, reminding you about your age, your job, your past. Cortisol is powerful. Stop, Dr. Nolan said, standing up. This is therapy, Brielle replied. The truth sets people free. I felt a hand on my shoulder. Evan. He had come in without me noticing. I looked back at Brielle. What about the night I went to the ER? She rolled her eyes. That was when I added your old meds back into your organizer. Low dose, just enough to push things. Dr. Nolan's voice shook. You need to stop talking. Brielle didn't. When she lost the baby, she said, I felt relief. The universe agreed with me. Karma did its job. I opened my folder and slid it across the table. Inside were photos of the pill organizer, screenshots of texts Brielle sent about managing me, a pharmacy report showing the swap bottle numbers, a timeline. Dr. Nolan spoke into the camera and asked the observers to stay on. I asked Brielle to say it again. Slowly. She did. She explained how she switched my meds, how she stressed me on purpose, how she believed she saved a child from a bad mother. There was a knock at the door. Security came in with 2 police officers. Dr. Nolan had already called them. Brielle stood up and tried to laugh it off. She said this was a misunderstanding. She said family fights get dramatic. The officers asked her to put her hands behind her back. She screamed my name. She said I ruined her life. I said nothing. Brielle was arrested for tampering with medication and endangerment, and my family stopped asking me to forgive her.